Over the past couple of days, we've heard from industry leaders as well as governments about the hydrogen economy. We continue that conversation by unpacking the significance of the hydrogen economy to the PGM industry. And we're going to have that conversation with Phoevos. Phoevos, thank you so much for your time. You participated in a really interesting session looking at this particular topic. Take me through some of the key takeaways for you.
Yeah, so I think it was very well represented by industry, PGM miners, government, representatives from the IDC and the Department of Sciences and Industry, as well as the Minerals Council. So good representation from the spectrum of parties that need to work together to enable and unlock the hydrogen economy, which we believe is vital not only for the PGM industry that plays a critical role in supplying the raw materials to create this green hydrogen solution, but also for the South African economy and the impact that it can have on employment, upliftment, and just economic growth for our country and broader for the continent, and potentially an export-driven economy.
For those who may have missed your session, the question that the session was trying to answer, and I'm going to read it to the viewers.
Sure.
The question was, will hydrogen be a panacea for PGMs and the South African economy? In terms of trying to answer that question, what was the consensus? Do we agree on an answer, or are we all on different pages?
Yeah, so I think if you just unpack the PGM industry, it has a multi-dimensional application and use. So with the advent of electric vehicles eating into the market share of the internal combustion engines, the next demand driver for PGM use and application is the hydrogen economy, and particularly the green hydrogen economy. So it's seen and universally accepted as a large demand driver for platinum, iridium and ruthenium, which are South Africa-centric PGMs in the basket. So we're a beneficiary of that. Now, considering the potential that hydrogen has and the global interest in decarbonizing the planet and finding a sustainable zero-emission solution, I think unanimously we all agree that it is vital and critical for South Africa to unlock this potential, being so geographically and geologically endowed, to be able to be a front runner and pioneer in this industry. Because of the PGMs, we've got great renewable energy potential. So in essence, unlocking that green energy solution.
Where does the continent fit in when it comes to reimagining or revitalizing or trying to get to the next level when it comes to the green hydrogen economy?
So I always say you need policy, you need capital and technology to unite to unlock the potential. So there is the will, there is the dream. I think where we lag perhaps other territories like Europe is the access and the availability of capital. So there's no shortage of projects that have a vision and a dream of unlocking the potential of hydrogen, whether it's mobility, whether it's energy storage, or for metallurgical processes or combustion. It's now just unlocking those three to enable us to get to a competitive level with the likes of H2 Green Steel in Sweden, which is a €6 billion project that has been subsidized by the European Union. And so if there's will and there's intent, anything is possible. And that's I think what we need to focus on now, is getting the three to combine and unlock the potential.
Your sense of PGM prices right now and some of the dynamics that are at play?
Yeah, so I think there's a negative sentiment around the basket on the back of high inflation, high interest rates, lower, economic activity. So I believe that once we start seeing interest rates dropping, consumers will start purchasing vehicles, which is the primary driver for consumption. Now, the view that internal combustion engines are under existential threat, I think, has been dispelled, and that myth has been put aside, and there's a consensus that there will be a mixed drivetrain solution, whether it's hybrids, which we believe have the most potential, which is electric with fossil fuels, or pure battery electric vehicle or internal combustion engines. And I believe there's a place for all of these drivetrains in the future economies of the planet. And so I think the pricing has been overdone on the downside, and we certainly believe that there is enough demand pointers out there to stimulate, certainly in the platinum iridium and ruthenium arena a price appreciation. Palladium structurally is challenged because of the largest producer in the world being in Russia, and that product ending up in Asia predominantly, even though they do deliver to North America and Europe, but potential oversupply from that region, even though they forecast a cutback of around 300,000 ounces this year.
Let's talk about your Zimbabwe project. It's slowed down a little bit. What are some of the updates on that front?
Yeah, so in the context of a high interest rate environment, low pricing PGM basket, we've taken the prudent decision just to step back and assess the project. We continue with construction, so we've announced that we're delaying the project by a year. We're still committed to building it. Now, you have to remember, this is a very rich deposit. It's 96 million ounces of PGMs, so it's a tier one strategic multi-generational asset. So it's incumbent on us to be responsible with the development of the project. So we're looking at it in a phased approach, bearing in mind it is a greenfields project, so we are investing a lot in infrastructure, power, water, that goes beyond phase one, and it will see us through multi phases on the project. So it's us timing the development with market conditions, cost of capital, and accessibility to capital. So we're still believers in the project. We think it is a world-class asset, and we have the ability to accelerate the development if market conditions improve.
Phoevos, thank you so much for your time. For more valuable insights, you can go to MITV on miningindaba.com.